Currently, it's overcast and 43 degrees, so dress accordingly and take care of yourself. Stay warm. We're fixing to ease right on into wintertime. In the studio with me today, we have members of a band from back in the day who are trying their best to distract me at the moment. I know many of you used to go down there to the Royal Bunny Club and Fancy Dancer and various points. I'm telling you, you knew what it was like when, we was really doing the serious funk. But anyway, we have members of the band Unidos. And I want everybody to introduce themselves, if they can.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Mark.
You can call me Coco.
I'm Milton M.D. Butler.
And Craig.
And of course, they all want to try to remain anonymous. That's why you didn't hear their last names.
They were changed to protect the innocent.
Well, in this day and age, with all of these cameras around on the streets and stuff, you really didn't help yourself. So, I'd like for somebody who's not afraid to say it, talk about the origins of the band.
Give it up, Rick.
Yeah, pull us all out of here.
Yeah, you started it off.
The origin of the band. Started the band in 1974. Just decided wanted to have a funk band that had good vocals with it. So like a singing group mixing with the funk band, and wasn't a whole lot of that going on, so decided to give it a try.
And what was your instrument?
I played saxophone, sung a little bit, and Craig made me play keyboards. Craig didn't know
Yeah, just held together. Yeah, blame it on me.
And so, what artists or bands really inspired this group? That you played, you covered a lot of. I'm sure you did some original tunes, but I'm sure you did cover tunes as well.
Definitely.
I know y'all said Cameo's one, right?
Cameo was probably top of the list.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Yes,
The Gap Band.
Band, baby.
Yes.
Pull me up enough close to this, Mike.
Okay. You can pull it to you as well.
If it was turkey dressing, I'd be up all night. Okay.
As long as you're not trying to breathe into the grill of it, you know. And Mark, what was your instrument?
I started out playing trumpet.
And you went to what?
Eventually ended up playing keyboards.
Okay.
Keyboards
Okay.
and
Okay. And Coco, tell us about you.
Well, I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Came to Kansas City, and these guys were really rolling in sound. I've heard a lot about them, and I've been playing bass for a little while, and they liked my bass playing, so they hired me.
So you left Oklahoma.
I was Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
Down with the Gap Band, Leon Russell. I was down there with them guys.
Okay.
When I was young.
Did you leave on your own volition, or were you
did.
run out of
I
work?
left out of town. I left town with a group called Outback.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we got here, and after we made it to Kansas City, we was having a lot of fun. We ended up staying here.
All right. Try that again. I may have had the wrong mic on this time.
okay.
Okay, yeah, exactly. You said enough.
All right. MB.
Hey, what's
Okay.
going on?
Milton.
And what was your function in the band?
Well, I'm the drummer. Actually, I was with Rick and the Unidos in the earlier years.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going to California, and he came back here and started a band of my own, Conspiracy. And we kind of had a little thump going on, and he had Unidos going, and due to certain circumstances, both bands ended up breaking up. So we kind of collaborated, and I brought like Stafford and Coco from my group into the Ricky's band, and we kind of united and went from there.
There it is.
Okay. Right.
Did you say without that?
Yeah.
Because we don't get it.
Now, Craig,
Yes, sir.
you have probably been one of the most. You were a lot like me. You were an instrument. You were a musician for hire. You just have gun, will travel.
That's the one.
Lindsay
Well,
Land.
during the time that they were doing all this, I was in California out with the joint session,
Okay.
which became Intersanction Fantasy.
Right.
So I came back in Kansas City, and that was around 81, right, Ricky?
Right.
And Ricky, at that time, was recording an album with Rick Sanchez out of San Francisco. And so he invited me in, and I started. Plus, I went to school with Milton, Bridgewater, and Stafford or whatever. We all were under Leon Brady at the time.
Exactly.
And they used to play in different bands again. Me and Milton used to play in groups back in the early, back in high school.
High school, yeah. Even out
We
California.
also went to Paris
Yeah.
with Brady, me and Craig.
Okay. All right. So now, how long was the group? What was the length of the time the group was probably its most active?
Probably the 80s.
I imagine it was the 80s.
Yeah, the 80s. I mean, development stage was like from 74 to like 78 or so, trying to get the correct members. But then it was together and we functioned real well in the 80s.
Now, you've got you brought a sample of what the band has done. Now, is this recent, or is this from back during that most active time?
Back in the day.
Back in the day, way back then.
81.
Lived it and breathed it.
And the name of the first track is
Get it. It's on.
okay. Now I'm gonna have to eject it so I can.
Get with it or something like get it.
Get to this.
I don't
Get
know
to
if
this.
any of my listeners remember, but
Yeah.
back in October of 2010, Mark and did you come, Coco?
Coco.
What was this?
That interview we did.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, I had members of Mark. I had Mark and Coco of Unidos. I had
Lonnie.
Lonnie McFadden.
Yeah.
I had
George Robinson.
members of Mass Transit, Threatening
Jeff-
Weather,
Jeff Jones,
Karma,
yes.
Complexity. We had about 47 people in here. And it was, and so I actually had a sample of some things that they had done. And so now I'm in the process of, since Craig brought me something that just centers around Unidos, we thought maybe we'd, play a track or two from, what they were doing back then. I'm sure that there are plenty of you who made it to the clubs. You definitely remember this band. They had real tight vocals, real tight rhythm section.
Also on the end of this song, Jeff Jones was made a special appearance on it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And
From your band.
oh yeah. Like I said, I think we all just kind of jumped around. And after we get through playing Get to This, I want to talk with Ricky about a few things. He owes me. So now that I control the volume on the mics,
Yeah, there you go.
Conversation.
There you go.
But this is Get to This by Unidos.
I can't get the mix from the dance and stuff. I mean, at the end, I just put that little solo at the end.
I know that I probably can't play more than three tracks.
Yeah, that's why I said the first,
Anyway,
the first.
I mean, in any song, in any show rather.
Yeah. First, second, and the fourth one.
Okay, first, second, and fourth. Okay.
The fourth one is Alice, live from Parody Hall.
Pretty Hall. That's right.
man.
Yeah.
You talk to the name. What you doing? I said you got a band.
Yeah, she, I got back there a couple months ago. Yeah, the guy, he used to play bass at the church there. He was really was the man up there with you? Oh, was the man up there with you? When you sat in up there on 11 was that the name you playing that?
No, today they was playing next weekend.
Yeah, that was Duff.
That was Doug, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Craig brought me out. He called me and said they was out
Yeah.
there.
Down from Bloodstone.
Yeah, y'all still caught me at a good time. The last time we did that other show, I drank too much coffee. You know, and I'm pressing buttons I ain't
Buttons all
supposed to
over.
press. You know, concentration's gone.
Right.
And I think Lonnie sent me a message about the show, and I told him if he didn't act right before the year was out, I was gonna make him come on here and sing Jingle Bells. Track 2 is entitled what, Greg?
That's Love.
Who?
That's Love.
Okay.
That's what Sandra's singing on and,
Okay.
and Donald. They do like a duet, right?
Yeah.
So you can mention both of them.
Well, a bunch of other people. Bear Love, Wendell White.
No, this
We
version.
did. I'm not on that.
This version, yeah. But on that one, Barry Love, who was this? Chuck. Chuck Taylor's on this. Yeah. So you ought to mention some of the members that were on.
Yeah, and Curtis played with y'all for a while. Brooks.
Yeah.
So did y'all Chuck Taylor? Yeah. I was playing at Danny's too.
Big girl growing up.
Yeah, right.
He is it.
I know who you are.
And he just beautiful girl. Just good. She figured me out like that. She said, you sound something like back in this. Yeah, he made her listen to all that for me.
Jeff Jones solo.
This is Jeff.
Yeah.
So I was expecting to hear his organ shuffle.
That's the door behind there.
Yeah, you know,
He's so, man.
yeah.
He's really good.
Stand by.
Memories.
And we're back. And you're listening to 90.1 FM KKFI. This is your Fusion Funk Meister with the Tuesday Midday Medley. Oh, by the way, a program note. Next Tuesday, December 22nd, my guest will be composer, bassist, band leader, arranger, and professor, and the most recorded bassist in jazz history, Mr. Ron Carter. So, keep your ears peeled for that one. And I think you'll enjoy that one. Right now,
Yes, definitely.
right now, though, we have Kansas City's own Unidos available right here. There were some other members of the band in Unidos over the life of the group, were there not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it started, the original members was Sandra Holmes, Donald Brown, Calvin Thompson was on guitar, Homer Everett was on drums, and Kim Peely was on bass.
Okay. Now, are the same people that were on? Who all was on that last recording we just did? Does anybody remember?
Yeah, me.
Coco, Stanford, Ricky, Chuck Taylor,
Yep,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Sandra, and Donald Brown. Yeah.
Okay, and now Donald Brown, is he the one that currently works with Bloodstone?
Yes.
Okay, because he's been a guest on the show, particularly right after the very last record, "Fly Away," was released. Now, same. We've got a couple more tracks that we can play by the group. Same personnel on the other two tracks.
Well, on this track, I was playing keyboards on it. Because who did you have on keyboards? Bear Love,
I think Bear Love.
Yeah.
Was that Bear?
Yeah, Bear Love was on keyboards.
We'll get to this.
That's Charles Love. Is that his son?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Love's son from Bloodstone.
Yeah.
Playing keyboards.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can tell these were not recent recordings.
We go a long way back.
Well, so what really inspired you? What saxophone players did you listen to that inspired you, and maybe you might have incorporated a thing or two?
I really liked horn parts, but Grover Washington, and I liked the sax player Ronald Bell from Kool in the Gang.
Okay. Oh yeah, the original Funky Man. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what are you all doing? What are you doing now? Anybody active?
I'm active.
Scope.
Yes, I've had fun. It's just the music of funk just really got me started into really loving the music as it's been. But I've tried some more genres. I've played some blues. Right now, believe it or not, I'm doing some country rock. I just got back from South Dakota yesterday, so
okay.
I am active at the moment.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Milton out of retirement. He just retired from KU.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get him up on the drums again because he's one of the most steady drummers I've ever played with.
Oh, I heard that. And so, Mark, who influenced you as far as trumpet? Who'd you grow up listening to on trumpet?
Well, believe it or not, my dad. My dad was a professional trumpet player and extraordinaire. Of course, I could never meet up to him. But that led to my initial starting to play trumpet, which led to Craig teaching me jazz that brought me into going to Paris with Leon Brady, my mentor.
Okay, all right.
And from there I went to school, went off to college, and eventually hired a group called Unidos into one of my fraternity parties. And subsequently, years later, joined the group. Funk's on, baby.
All right. Coco, who inspired you?
Well, actually, as in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I was growing up with the Gap Band when they started the group down there, Gap, Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. Well, me and the bass player Robert Lynn Wilson, we had a band together, and we were like 16, I believe it was, and they took him from the group we had, and he got with his other two brothers. And they had to put a wig on him because he was too young to get into clubs. He looked really young, so they put a wig on him and a hat and pulled him on out. So me and him grew up together, and at that point, just started creating a path of bass work back then.
Okay, so it was just strictly from someone. I mean, no one that you'd heard on the record.
Well, I've heard a lot. I just put it in the pot and stirred it up.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. What's the next track that we want to play?
That's Love.
Okay.
It's a duet between Sandra Holmes and Donald Brown.
Okay. All right. Let's go with That's Love by Unidos.
Put this out on Amazon. I'm gonna make some money on it. KKFI. Didn't want to wait. Good. I didn't want to. So, did any of you all play on the? Craig, did you have any of the fellas play on the Fly Away?
Yeah. Ricky and Mark played horns on the title track, Fly Away,
Okay.
right? And a couple other songs too.
Yeah.
We see we got up in age, it's hard to remember those things.
Hey. Stop it.
Okay.
Not for me.
Well, I'm listening to you, I was like, don't you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I've been saying Stafford got the elephant memory, and
And I know when Thanksgiving comes every year.
I tell you what I'm gonna do.
I know that's right.
I do think so.
Remember them rolls we used to get?
You remember the rolls? Robert talks about the rolls, man.
I think before we get started back talking again, I'm gonna play one more song. It's a song, the way I don't completely,
Yeah.
A lot of times the audience say they want less talking, more music.
Okay.
You know,
Problem, man.
Yeah,
But
man,
I just-
it's on you, man.
but I usually tell them, shut up, you ain't listening to nothing. So,
I'm
but
glad
I got
you're
something
here,
about something about Scooter. Christmas
Pete.
song.
Alfonso.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Who is this?
Oh, wow. Coco, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Yeah. Man, take it bad when you know bad. Okay.
Came back too quick on this.
That live feel, baby. That live feel.
Come the Bridgewater solo.
Yep. Yeah.
I ran into him not too long ago down on 18th Avenue.
The Lindsay Field.
Bring your ass down here. Oh, you all familiar with John Hopkins Jr.? He lives over in Kansas City, Kansas. Kept living at high rise off of 7th in Nebraska. He's from Philly. He's paralyzed on one side.
Take it on home,
Keyboards.
baby.
He's cold.
I saw him wear some folks out on Mr. Magic.
Is that right?
Played with one hand.
Oh, man, one hand.
He used to be the musical director for Blue Magic.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There won't nobody hired in here in town to play.
Wow, one hand.
I'm serious.
Wow.
He's right his ass off too.
He's awesome, man.
Yeah. Everybody, most of these cats, jazz cats, they're kind of scared to play.
Yeah, to play with him.
What in the world? Back in the day, man.
Scooter Pie. And his buddy.
Scoop Powell.
Yep.
Oh yeah, on this other one, the live one, it's Otis Cobbin, the Reverend Otis Cobbin now.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be with the Dynamic Sensations.
Right.
He used to play with Ira Wilson and them all the time. Yeah. That was right before Unidos broke up, right? Was it? No. It was another year after that, a couple of years.
About 4 or 5 years.
Right.
It was '87, so you was.
Yeah, we went to 94. So he left in about 87, 88.
88, okay.
Yeah.
And then you had That's what Drew got with
Right.
you, right? And that's what JC got with you. Remember Joe Carter, right? JC? JC and them players. They play
We probably felt the King of Funk.
Yeah, the King of Funk.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have anything with JC on it, do you, Lawrence? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought they were sad.
Yeah, I
That's
just
what
took it
makes
back,
me
you just wore it out.
KKFI. Yes. Who's this? Oh, look, Lord, I thought you was a bill collector. Well, I thank you. I thank you for tuning in. Everything's going okay, man. Say, oh, he's doing okay. I sure will. All right, so thank you. All right, now,
Just ready to call Rick. They just saw that.
Lester Washington.
Oh, yeah, it's Big Les.
Yeah.
Trombone player, yeah.
I was Bruce's bass player that played with you, Lewis, Curtis before you. Yeah, just before you was it? Curtis Brooks.
Curtis
Me and
Brooks.
no, it was somebody that was doing drinking.
Kim Pickens?
No,
McElroy.
on bass.
See, Curtis and I grew up. We go back so far.
Where is Curtis?
His cousin Jolie, I think she told me he might be out in Long Beach.
But he was drinking in.
You know, but he left here quite a while. You know.
Yeah, well, me and him
Hit by
was
the car.
in that accident.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I came right after.
They had me drugged up, man.
I mean, but he was just, he had played.
Yeah.
George Skin's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Played a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who was the bass
She
player?
had called her up and said, go phone interview or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, while she's still around.
That's right.
Yeah, see, Lewis,
Well, Jerry was.
that's the one I'm talking about.
The drummers.
And you bass player?
Yeah.
Jerry didn't play with y'all?
Yeah. No, that's Don Davis.
I just ran into him at a concert. He came up to me and said,
He did the crash reunion last year.
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Curtis? No.
I mean, Jerry.
Jerry. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Jerry Lewis.
No. Jerry, I remember playing.
He didn't play.
He wasn't long though.
But he did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because
Well, I remember when you all did the tribute to Forrest Anderson. Jerry
Yes.
played with
Yeah,
that.
Right.
I wouldn't
That was
have-
good.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
But Curtis and I, we go back to before I-70 was built.
Oh,
Put it like that, you know. Our families just had moved from off of 25th Street over to 41st and Bell Fountain, literally within about 2 or 3 months of each other. So, okay.
Jazz Crusader.
And we are back, and of course that was Zescont, which consists of one of the members of Zescont is also a Kansas City artist, Alonzo Scooter Powell, well-respected percussionist and vocalist as well. And you're here listening to the Tuesday Midday Medley at 90.1 FM KKFI, and in the studio are members of the group Unidos. And trying, we just, KKFI is dedicated to showcasing local talent, and these fellas here were really part of a very important epoch in Kansas City music history, a very not so well discussed epoch of Kansas City music history because of all of the different bands that, that were present on both sides of the state line, whether it was Unidos or Threatening Weather or Masters of the Second Wind or Mass Transit or Clyde Nim and Her, Black Rock Advancement, Everyday People, who were, I think at first were the Spindells, were they not? Or were those different people. I know George Robinson was with both bands, and Love Incorporated, which was another band that George Robinson, trumpet player, was known for, and there's just so many different groups, and a lot of it. I can yours truly can definitely say a lot of it was. You hope that you could make it big, but you really had to love this music in order and love the people you played
A lot of
for.
competition.
Yeah. It wasn't a competition.
But no, yeah.
It really was not a competition, and it was nothing for us to run into each other at after a club date somewhere out of town.
Or up at Swope Park.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Either
Just set up.
I have to say also, Barry, I forgot about this, but as a trumpet player, once I got into funk, one of the guys that really inspired me was George Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Give him his props. 'Cause
Absolutely.
he definitely inspired me once I got with Unidos.
Yeah, and I mentioned Lonnie McFadden earlier. Who really did a lot for
Dwayne
people.
McFeeters. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dwayne. Yeah, I grew up with Dwayne.
Pastor Mac.
and I got to give a shout out really to someone who was also not only a good trumpet player, but he's turned out to be a really good human being and has done a lot to elevate Black culture and our history and our history as well. And that was Phil Dixon.
Sure.
He's not only played with Threatening Weather and maybe a few other groups, but he's also written several books on the history of the
Yes, indeed.
Negro Baseball League, and has really, really helped put that aspect of Kansas City and Black history back, on the map. So shout out to Phil.
Shout out to Phil. Grew up with
We
him.
mentioned Jeff Jones, who was on the very tail end of the first track that we played.
And he started off playing trumpet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or should I say cornet?
I tell you what really impressed me was his technique. That his ability to do circular breathing is something I still haven't gotten to yet. So, but if anybody else has got it, and I think I mentioned, how far back, how close our musical family is. I mean, I don't know if we mentioned Curtis Brooks having, been with the band before. But
Right.
he goes back.
Yeah, Curtis played for a few years with us. Only reason he stopped playing was him and I was in an accident and
Right.
broke our legs actually. So
Yeah.
at unloading for a gig that night, and
Park Avenue West.
yeah, so my shout out to him. I haven't seen him in a long time, but it kind of like where we kind of separated, didn't see each other for a while.
Yeah.
JC too. No, you got to say JC because he played with you for a minute, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But as I was mentioning earlier, Curtis and I go so far back. I think, that was before Pampers, of course. And it's probably quite possible that our families were close enough that once one of my diapers got washed out, and hung on the line, my mother just took it up the street to Mr. and Mrs. Brooks, But I even though I was probably younger than 4 years old, I still distinctly remember Curtis from that time. And we probably moved in that neighborhood within about 2 or 3 months of it. The neighborhood we moved to from where we were living within about 2 or 3 months of each other, and just remained, But I'd like to know if anybody knows where Curtis Brooks is. I'd like to know because he's definitely a part of that history. Because he not only played with Unidos, but he played with a group called Taste of Hell.
Yeah.
So, which had some great musicians in there.
Emmett Lee.
I don't know if Emmett played with Taste of Hell, but I think Emmett played with Shades of Madness.
Okay.
But at that time, Greg Lee
Great.
was the drummer and lead vocalist, and they had a phenomenal guitarist named Forrest Anderson for a long time. And the other person that comes out of memory right away is a trombone player named Strawberry, Charles Miller, and nickname was Strawberry Red. And, well, that's another story. Dude tried to tell everybody he ran me out of town. In fact, what it was, at the time that I met the band, about 2 weeks before I was going to go off to college. But he went around. I come back and he said, "Yeah, man, I heard Strawberry ran you out of town." Oh, please. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to trombonist Lester Washington, who played with Joint Session. He just called and said hey to everybody here, and you know, they had a good horn. That was another band that was really tight. Good tight vocals, good horn section, good rhythm section.
Big Ham on bass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Big Ham.
and Ross,
Yeah.
who I think he played everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Albert Williamson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bert played everything too.
I think Jewel Nixon was a guitarist and vocals with the band, and like I said, it was just fun to just go out there to the park on Sunday afternoon, whether it was Swope Park or Parkwood, you know, or down there by Big 11.
Yeah.
You know, it was just. I mean, you didn't have to worry about anybody acting a fool. It was just, you know, once the band set up, the vibe was just level. It was just level, and it was good exposure for these bands. And at times it was nothing for somebody to walk up to your mic and say, "Y'all like them?" Well, they're going to be playing it before they even had a chance to say anything to you. You know, got a lot of gigs that way.
Yeah, yeah. That happened to me and the drummer Milton. We were sitting there waiting for a gig, and a guy walked up to us and said he was the bass player for Unidos, and I guess he didn't know us because we were sitting. And so we just let him go in there and talk. And so I said, "Okay, well, great, man." So we just hung around for a while, and then we came up to start, and I never did see that brother the rest of the evening. I was like, he was talking to us. That was fun, man. It was really fun. That was fun.
Well, Bill, who inspired you as far, you know, that played, you know, recording wise or whatever?
I was a Billy Cobb.
Billy Cobb.
Okay.
That was my boy, Billy Cobb.
But I also like Lenny White and Alphonse Mouzon and Larry Blockman cameo, you know. But yeah, that Cobb blew me away, man.
Back in the 70s, he did a whole bunch of Billy Cobb ham.
Sure did.
He was learning him lick for lick
Yes.
back in that time.
Mercy.
He was the Billy Cobham of our stage band.
Well, I tell you what, I think what I want to do, and I hope you all can stick around. Just feel comfortable. Just kick back. You know, we're fixing to go into our next hour, and I think I want to start into our next hour with Alice, a tune you all did live at Parody Hall.
Yeah, Alice, that's featuring, it's featuring the whole band, but Otis L. Commons, who's preaching. Junior, yeah, who's a preacher now at Bread of Life East and stuff.
Okay.
Is one of the added members of the group at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, so I think what I want to do from here is let's go to Alice. Let's see what Alice has got to say.
We don't want anybody to be afraid to get out on the dance floor and dance. I'm scared. You know? I know it's hard to find seats right now, but okay. We're going to talk about this little girl named Alice. Who? We're going to talk about Alice just a little bit now. Who? Huh? Okay. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. In the place to be.
That was on YouTube. We were great. Baby.
Jokes get busy one time.
Maybe copy what? The whole, I got a videotape here.
Wow, okay. Yeah, but. All right. I should have known.
Yeah.
What would I think?
We weren't.
Gotta go out. We
weren't, yeah.
Gotta go out.
Mr. I,
Yeah, we can't know he got it covered. Okay.
Okay. What was the video we did? What was that? The song we did, the video.
Can't you say, Alice, won't you be
I'm
my
so
girl?
into you. I'm so into you. That's it. Yeah.
I want you.
That's when it was on Dimensions in Black. Remember that?
Dimensions in Black. You and yeah,
Did you?
Stafford.
I got
Stafford
all.
Creek.
I forgot about that.
Tom.
You remember that?
Oh, man.
He said, Alice, won't you go down on me? Yeah.
Woo, boy.
Right. Like a weapon on. I mean, she said, won't you be my girl?
Talking No. That's the last thing I need right now. No, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna take this one out.
And it should be shortly around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, look for the restroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go through those two doors in the green room and you'll see the restroom.
Memories, man, you know. Good stuff. We lived in the breed to come. All we did, man.
Yeah, and I was gonna do this for Milton. I was gonna play Stratus.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do the studio arrangement. He's got a remake he did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because you know the intro is just so long. That's the only reason why. But I got one from Drum and
Sound pretty
Bass.
good, Rick. Don't it? Almost sound like I knew what I was doing, Craig.
Still got some jazz.
I remember that. It would never be the same thing every night. It'd be something different.
Too creative, man.
Yeah, it's me. Couldn't think of that stuff in practice, but
Yeah, it's a stage.
Yep.
You possessed it that time.
Right. You know, you used to say, what the fuck? People say, you're fine.
Wow.
I run into people this summer. People. Doing the thing with me home. And call Rick, put Rick on the phone.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Walked up on his coat and just looking at him. He just looked, he didn't know who it was. So I said, Peterbo.
And then he,
And said, do you know you're the speed stopper? And the kid was just coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't know who it was.
wow.
He said, I never seen you without hair. He just,
Everybody's thinking
yeah,
we was full of
yeah.
oh, people.
People.
People, yeah.
Backstage.
Wow.
So I too. I guess that was that hot dog festival. So you got every white band and all that.
Yeah, hard. Yeah, I miss all that. I was good time too. I've been out there now, man. Like 6 years, 7 years out there.
Now, I want you to really got a new sound company.
Yeah, I ran into you at Knuckleheads. You playing. They sound good too.
Yeah, our time.
Yeah, sound really good.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Okay.
Change of rhythm.
Hey, and we are back, and that was Unidos, and that was Tune Alice that they did live at Parody Hall. You're listening to 90.1 FM KKFI, Kansas City Community Radio. This is a Tuesday midday medley with your Fusion Funk Meister. The fellas from Unidos are here in the studio with me, and we just sitting back talking about old times and having a good time in the process. This is just so good to see these brothers. And,
Same with you, Barry.
really.
We appreciate you.
For sure.
Okay, then put something in the kitty. But anyway. No, I mean, but it really amounts to friendships that are worth their weight in gold, actually. So this is something you just can't, money just can't buy. And having said that now, do you really believe me? You have to understand, when I was younger, I took a lot of abuse from these cats, especially Ricky.
This is payback time.
See, and now that I've got, so quite naturally, now that I've got him in here in my playground,
Get him.
as your am, why? So anyway, no.
Andy.
Oh, boy.
So everybody just kind of let me know, what are you doing nowadays, since you've managed to make history?
Well, currently now I'm working with K-City Records. It's Eugene Smiley Sr.
Okay.
We're cutting a gospel tune with Tiffany Miller, and we're in the process. We've doing very well with it, finishing about the 13th song right now. But it's been such a fun time over there. Smiley has a record label here called K-City Records, and we've been doing real fine with it, and it's coming out real well.
Okay. Anybody else? Speak up.
Lindsay Land.
Yeah, here's the man.
I'm just producing a guy named Joe Gallant from Boston. I think he's about 24-year-old guy and stuff. And so I'm working with him, producing him on a new project using a lot of these young Kansas City producers and musicians and stuff. So we're doing it as a collaboration. Other than that, still teaching and working with these guys on different things and pulling them in on some of the projects I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay. Mark, what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm not doing anything, Barry. Just hanging with Lindsay and MB, and Rick. We just doing what we can. Nothing special.
Okay.
What I really would like to do would get together with Stafford and do some writing, lay down some tunes.
Okay.
We've been talking
Get
about
something
this.
to bring the cred, and that we put out there. It's just fun,
Yeah.
Just for all the
That's actually how me and William started.
Wait a minute. You just want to write now. You haven't talked about putting any musicians to this music. Is
Well,
this
they
going to
are
look good
my
on
musicians.
paper? I mean,
they are my musicians. That's all I know.
That's how we do it.
Understood.
That's how we do it.
Okay, good enough. And Rick, what are you doing? I'm sure you're not just
That's physical rehab.
Not drug rehab.
We're talking physical rehab here. Just to clarify things.
Kansas City, so
Yeah.
he's in good shape.
Yeah,
Besides this, he's going to tell you about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got that shoulder
I
working on
just
it.
had shoulder surgery, man. So doing that physical therapy thing.
Okay,
For the
well,
next 3 months.
So you hadn't figured out after 50 going out trying to play football. It's probably tackle football. It's probably not and without padding, you just figured out that's just not the thing to do.
Well, up until 8 weeks ago, I was good enough to play for the Chiefs, but since they
They said
they decided.
straight. They said we'll hold back with Rick.
What it was, Rick found out that even radon man's got limitations.
I had that same surgery. I had that same surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm single though, that's why. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Just kidding.
Okay, before we commit an FCC violation, I think I want to, Craig, tell me, a lot of the fellas here, huh?
What? Yes, sir.
I know you produced Bloodstone's latest one, Fly Away, and there were many, there's mostly Kansas City artists on this one.
Yeah.
And is there anything on here in particular that, included present company?
They played on Fly Away. Stanford and Ricky did some horn stuff on there along with Lonnie and George.
Okay. And
Matter of fact, I played trombone on that one, Barry.
really,
He actually did.
I'm really glad you told me that. I think I'm turning your mic off. But since you brought up Fly Away, I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to pull that one out. This is Bloodstone, Kansas City's own, with a lot of local musicians, and this is the title track to the CD, Fly Away.
Oh, yeah. See what I was gonna do when you went out the room, I was gonna find one of
Top hymns.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Woo! Yeah, I know. I remember you mentioning that. For sure.
Yeah, man. Got me going.
Well, I'm usually good for a George Duke, Billy Cobham, and a Tower of Power every show.
Every show, yeah.
Man, it's Donald leading on that one too.
Huh?
Donald is leading on that song too.
Okay.
Donald Brown.
Is it?
That's
Yeah.
good to know, because
I came up in the wrong base area with Graham, Larry Graham,
Yeah.
and Bootsy. They just that was
Louis John.
Louis.
to me, they were the,
Funk
they-
man. Those were the funk.
well,
man.
yeah, I mean, they changed the way, Larry changed the way the bass guitar got played.
Yeah, they brought it up front. Yeah.
Yeah, once he did that, all that, just those strict background stuff was over.
Yeah, and it was over, right.
KKFI. Yes. Oh, we're having a good time. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, thank you for listening. All right, have a good time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this was a little early. I just
Waking up with
Oh my God. Yeah, last night. South Waterton, Waterton, South Dakota. Yeah.
Think about it, she's still getting around, bro.
Oh yeah, I still hauling equipment, all that, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. You ready to headed to LA or so?
Oh, yeah?
Mhm. No. Well, we're touring. Yes, touring. Yeah, cool.
You gotta do what you brother.
Yeah, he's been opening paths, unbelievable. Just got a brand new Marcus Miller bass, given to me. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Energy.
Marcus Miller tripped out when I asked him about playing with Lonnie Liston Smith. He said, "Man, that was back in 17. I was 17 years old." What kind of research did you do? I said, "Real research."
Right,
Real
right.
research, yeah.
Internet, baby.
Yeah, well, no, I said, look, no, what it was, I remember when Chris King, he played updated version of the song Shadows that Lionel Smith did on Expansions,
Mhm.
and he'd always mention, featuring 17-year-old Marcus Miller.
Yeah.
You know, this is like around 76, 77.
Right.
Yeah.
Right side of high school.
Well, I got his design base now.
You do.
That's
You
cool.
do.
Well, well, you trying to get you in? We're trying to get you hooked up there, bro. I'm trying to work on
to
it.
go to, what's the name? We gonna go to
Rubens or what?
Rubens.
What's a Rubens?
Rubens is off the Prospect.
Yeah.
What's Crane turned this on to?
What is it?
The music store.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know about a Rubens.
Rubens get good deals, go.
Well, I got Ibanez that let you look at it and see.
Yes, he wants a bass bag.
Oh, look, I got two of them sitting there.
Please.
Yeah,
Yes.
one of them is sitting there. Well, I mean, I would only do it for you. I did that for Matt. And he wouldn't give it back to me because it was GNL. Somebody had stolen his stuff. And I said, okay, man, I'm going to do this for you. But he never got one.
Okay.
He's gonna go to Rick's and steal his.
Okay, he can.
I ain't know he had one. Yeah, Rick's got
Oh,
a
nice one. Yeah.
He's a bass player too.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's it, Jim. Yeah.
Turn that up.
Yeah, what's that remind you of, Craig? High school.
Yeah.
Who can do that?
MB.
MB. Well, I'm Rusty Butler right now. Well, it sounds like you're coming out of the rust here, so I want you. Well, do it, man. Ain't got to do it.
I think we were the only ones creating high school that rode around with that in our car.
Yeah.
Equipment to do it.
Hey, Trevor. You looking at, man?
Well, that's where you need to go get you one of them $89 electronic sets.
Okay.
Put you some headphones.
I see 'em.
What-
Yeah.
When I get that.
They have them at those little, yeah, give them a set of, yeah, get it from set. Yeah, you can do those things. Well, it might be $120 or something like that. Yeah, they got them. I mean, it ain't, you don't want to take it out on tour, but yeah, right, to put it to house.
It's like Craig's Kit Kat.
Yeah.
You know that.
I didn't see any of those, you know.
Just don't Rubens have something like your Kit Kat or something?
Yeah, you gotta feel it.
I understand.
We didn't ask though.
You see, oh, well, you have to.
I mean, you went there?
Yeah.
A lot of times you usually haven't set up.
I was there last week. I went to Rubens last week.
And where's this located?
It's right there at Prospect and Independence. You know what the two
That's
firemen
probably why
died?
I never went. Yeah, okay, yeah, Independence. Yeah,
The
yeah.
two firemen died. Right
So
across.
that's it. Yeah, that's right back up this way, Independence. Yeah.
Right by Tiger's, old Tiger.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right up the street.
Yeah,
Old Tiger.
now, y'all know this guy or?
Craig took me on to it.
Okay.
Yeah, you mention my name or whatever. He
Yeah,
got
okay. Yeah.
Craig Fields.
Yeah.
I took him to him and he got.
I know exactly where that is. Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Somebody has
Oh,
to come
my
in and
goodness.
stop this. You guys are out of hand.
Man.
All right,
Good
gentlemen.
to see you,
Good
man.
to see all of you.
Big
Oh,
Brian.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Big Brian.
Welcome in the
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
There's a man here right here.
No, you guys. I was going to the parties listening to you back then. While you were gigging, I was getting ready.
Yeah. Maxie Groove.
Yeah. Big Brian.
Right, big Brian.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Brian. I was old.
Brian Holman.
I know him.
Yep.
I made it before.
I'm still waiting on my keyboard essence.
Shit, I need some. I'll never forget this. Hey, right on your head, fell on your
And
head.
And you
Right
were
up this.
playing solo like was. Had
Look
an
at these
overhead.
guys.
And somebody dropped their hat. I was in mid solo.
Oh,
I grabbed
no.
him, put back up and kept
Kept going.
I couldn't believe it, and it was all in time.
Yeah.
I'm rolling
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah. Like a
That was
dream.
fun times,
Fun
man.
time, yeah.
That was Peter's place.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing. That was with that lady. Lady brought me up. She was missing her bass player. Remember that? And I had to play for the lady.
Oh, and I thought you were playing with us when you
No,
did that.
that was.
When the
that
fat
was,
came.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, but she
She tried to get me to stay over there. She did. She tried. I said,
Come on,
nah,
man.
I gotta hang out with Max.
Oh, get out of here.
I got another tune I'm gonna play and then I'm gonna bring you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad thing, man. I like that, man. That is awesome. I want one of them, man. Where'd you get that at?
You just get them anywhere, man. No, you can get them.
He always comes up with the goodies,
I
man.
wanted one of them. Man, where the hell did you get that?
You can get them at anywhere, Best Buy or anywhere. Yeah.
Walmart or something?
Yeah, Walmart. No, they just GoPro cameras.
I was explaining to him about the fire stick.
Didn't I have a jacket when I gave you that?
It's probably still in.
I was talking to him about the fire stick and whatever.
All right, shut it down, I guess.